Well, hello, hello, and good morning. Good morning. This is Dr. Yonnette coming to you with another episode of Baby Talk. How is baby doing today? I know he or she has been growing. It's been a while since we've been together, and you are totally loving the experience of raising your baby and seeing your baby achieve various milestones. We talked about vision, we talked about hearing. Today, I want to talk with you about taste. I am an occupational therapist by profession. I share with you information that is research based and mostly from the CDC, but I encourage you, after receiving the information, to connect with your child's pediatrician to make sure you're on the right track. So let's talk about taste. I'm sure you've been wondering, what does your baby taste? What is my baby able to taste when I give him breast milk, or I give her food like cereal, or what bananas, or whatever you have started to feed your baby? So this is information from Baby Center, and it says that by 4 to 6 weeks old, your baby's tongue and the roof of the mouth start to form. And then when you get to the point where your child is developing in the womb, 8 weeks of development, there is the primitive taste buds that start to appear. And then between weeks 14 to 15, the nerves from the taste buds begin connecting to the brain. By week 36, many taste buds are able to transmit taste signals to the brain. And then by the time your baby is born, your baby can taste sweet and sour and bitter flavors. And you will see that your baby also can react to salty foods when they become about 6 months old. And for those of you who are giving your baby solid food now that he or she is 6 months old, yes, he can tell the difference with those salty foods. But I want to caution you here that while your baby is still in the womb and still developing, that you need to be careful what you eat, because in a way, the food that you eat pass through the bloodstream and into the amniotic fluid, and these flavors are really transmitted from your diet into the womb, and so the baby is exposed to these flavors. And so what you eat can influence, what you eat during pregnancy can influence the flavors your baby will enjoy later in life. And there's some research that indicates, yes, this is true. There's a small study that studied pregnant women and those who drink carrot juice during the last weeks of pregnancy while they were breastfeeding, and had babies who appeared to prefer carrot flavored cereal over plain cereal by the time they were 6 months old. You know, despite what there is, you want to be careful. Despite what the research says, you want to be careful during pregnancy that you are eating a healthy diet that will support a variety of foods for your child, for your child to be able to eat. Now, let's look a little bit at the CDC in terms of tastes and texture. Now, the CDC says that giving your child foods with a variety of different tastes and textures is very important to him or her. And I bet you would not imagine that this would be important in these ways. One, it helps to develop fine motor skills. How would taste and texture help to develop fine motor skill? Well, it's not by eating it, by pinching and picking up foods with the fingers that would have various tastes and various textures would help your child develop those fine motor skills he or she needs to be able to participate in fine motor activities like writing and coloring and cutting and the buttoning and zippering and doing those fine motor activities like playing with Legos and those kinds of things. Now, various foods that come in various textures and taste will also help to develop your child's chewing skills, because your child chews differently depending on the texture of the food. This also would help your child to learn to accept and like a variety of foods. Now, you can let your child try a variety of textures that include smooth textures, mashed or lumpy textures, and finely chopped or ground food. But your child, if you are just starting to introduce solid foods to your child first starts to eat smooth or mashed foods. And then as he or she progresses, you would introduce the finely chopped and ground foods. You want to encourage your child, though, to pinch or pick up food as he or she develops. And then by 9 months old, most babies should be able to pick up foods like small cut up pieces of fruit and then be able to bring this food to their mouths as they participate in self-feeding. You know, as an occupational therapist, I am very, very much interested in those fine motor skills. That's what I focus on, developing those fine motor skills to participate in life. And so, moms and dads, you have a great responsibility to start very early introducing fine motor activities. And what better place to introduce them than when you put your child to eat, because eating is such a pleasurable experience. And so you are, without bringing attention to the developing or participating in fine motor activities, you are doing it and killing two birds with one stone. So focus on the taste that your child is developing. Provide a variety of foods and textures so that your child can develop those taste buds and preferences for various foods. And then in the process, help your child develop these other skills that we talked about that will move your child into participation and success. This is Dr. Yonnette thanking you for joining me this morning and reminding you to take care of baby while you take care of you. Have a fantastic day.